Appropriate books. Welcome. Thank you. Thank you, school board and superintendent. My name is Sarah Smith. As you know, I filed the formal complaint against the book Jack of Hearts and Other Parts, which is in the Mayfield High School library. Contrary to what the news media and others are saying, I did not file this complaint because of the LGBTQ plus content of the book. I would have had the same objections to this book if it had been written about straight characters and straight sex. The reason I filed this complaint is because the book contains sexually explicit scenes and themes that are not age appropriate for 14-year-old children, including scenes describing illegal activities such as underage teens soliciting sex from adults on Grindr, underage teens having bondage sex with an overage adult, a teen taking nude photos of himself to send to others, teens smoking pot and getting blackout drunk so they cannot remember whether they had sex the night before, and much more. I'm sure you know that an LCPS teacher was recently criminally charged with sexual conduct with 3 children. This book normalizes sexual contact between adults and children and even mentions a student having sex with a coach in the locker room. It is not book banning to assess books in schools for age appropriateness. The Supreme Court has ruled that First Amendment protections do not extend to obscenity. Superintendent Ruiz, I hope you have a copy of the book and that you will read it before making your final decision on whether to allow this book to remain in the Mayfield High School library. As you read it, please keep in mind state and federal statutes about materials that are inappropriate for minors. According to the U.S. Department of Justice, federal statutes specifically prohibit obscenity from being provided to children. Harmful materials for minors include, quote, any communication consisting of nudity, sex, or excretion that appeals to the prurient or sexual interest of minors, is patently offensive to prevailing standards in the adult community with respect to what is suitable material for minors, and lacks serious literary, artistic, political, or scientific value for minors. Having this book in the school library also violates New Mexico Statute 30-37-2, which prohibits providing to minors any book containing, quote, explicit and detailed verbal descriptions or narrative accounts of sexual excitement, sexual conduct, or sadomasochistic abuse. All of those are in this book in detail. The content in the Jack book is so egregious that it calls into question the entire process by which books are being selected for Las Cruces school libraries. Your decision is basically about whether or not there will be any standards at all for books in school libraries. If you choose to keep this book on the shelf in violation of federal and state statutes, you're essentially choosing to allow pornography in schools. What's next? Hustler magazine? I hope you will support the well-being and health of all students by making sure this material is not available in the school library. Thank you.
We have